Hello and welcome to fairbutfirm.com. My name is Joe Cortez, former international boxing referee. Well, let's start off with a sad note. The legendary Jose Sulaiman, WBC president, passed away this past week. He was one of the pioneers in boxing as far as sanctioning bodies are concerned. Jose Sulaiman put together over 1,100 world championship fights in his 39 years as president of the World Boxing Council. Jose Sulaiman cut down from 15 rounds to 12 rounds for the simple reason of safety in boxing. Fighters were taking a lot of punishment in the 13th, 14th, and 15th round, and over 20 years ago he decided that it would be best for the betterment of the sport and most importantly for the safety and the welfare of the fighters. Jose Sulaiman also cut down from 3 judges to 2 judges. The referee was the 3rd judge back when I started refereeing in the 70s and in the 80s. But in the mid-80s, he cut down from 3 judges to 2, take it back, from 2 judges to 3, and the official was now more involved with the safety and the welfare of the fighters. So they took the scoring away from the referee and brought in the 3rd judge. Many officials were not too happy with that change, but I had a vision. And my vision was, as well as Jose Sulaiman, safety first. We want to make sure that the fighters are protected 100%, not 80%. So, therefore, by bringing in a 3rd judge, gave us more of an opportunity to watch out and evaluate the fighter's condition and stop concentrating on the scoring of the fight. Being a judge, scoring a fight is a tough task as it is. So by us not having to worry about the scoring, we focus 100% safety of the fighters. So I agree with Jose Sulaiman on those 2 changes. He did a lot of good things for boxing with all the care programs, with youth programs around the country, around the world. Always stepped up to the plate to help out wherever we went on the convention. We always participated in helping out in that country or city that we went to make sure that the youth programs there, we visited hospitals, youth programs to help out wherever we could when I was involved with the World Boxing Council. And I will continue to support their feelings and their goals to help out wherever we can in boxing. So Jose Sulaiman will be dearly missed. His wonderful family, his son Mauricio, who's been at his side since he was a young kid, always learning and wanting to be part of his father's business in boxing. So Mauricio and his family, his wife, my heart goes out to you all, and we continue to pray that Jose now is living in a better place in heaven, and we wish family the best. It will be truly missed, but we will continue to rejoice and continue to do the best we can for boxing in the name of Jose Sulaiman. This coming weekend, we have Mikey Garcia fighting Juan Carlos Burgos. Mikey Garcia is undefeated. His brother was Robert Garcia, former lightweight champion, was a great lightweight himself, but Mikey Garcia has learned the trade very, very well, and his brother Robert has been by his side, and Mikey Garcia is one of the great prospects in boxing, great champion. He's somebody tough to reckon with because Mikey Garcia can box, he can punch, He uses his head. He's a thinking fighter. He doesn't go crazy. Has good control of every movement he makes in that ring. So Mikey Garcia against Juan Carlos Burgos this weekend will be a great fight. Don't miss that one. I know I will. That's another American heavyweight. Finally, American heavyweight. You hear American heavyweight, you haven't heard those words in years. Maybe since Mike Tyson was champion. So there's a boxer by the name of Bryant Jennings. Remember the name, Bryant Jennings. He's a heavyweight. He's fighting Arthur Spilka. Szpilka. This coming Saturday as well, so we'll be looking for Jennings to show what he's got. Hopefully the United States will get a heavyweight contender and maybe a future heavyweight champion. We also have Lamont Peterson, who's the junior welterweight IBF champion, and he'll be going in against Deary Jean. Deary Jean is an unknown fighter, but he's up in the rankings, and we shall see what Lamont Peterson still has as a champion. And Deary Jean, unheard, but you know what? In boxing, things happen, and maybe that name Jean will be not only for the jeans that we wear, but as a name in boxing, hopefully becomes another world champion. So we're ready to see what comes up this coming Saturday. There's also a Friday night fights. We have Thomas Williams Jr. against Cornelius White. Now Thomas Williams Jr. is a light heavyweight, southpaw, comes in with a record of 15-0 with 10 big knockouts. And the southpaw, boxer, puncher, he has a little bit, you know, he's going to be a good contender and hopefully become a world champion as well. That's why these Friday night fights are good, because that's where you see these fellows, these fighters that develop from the preliminaries up into the championship caliber. So, you know, we'll see what happens this weekend. I think that we should have a great weekend of boxing. Back in 1988, talking about great weekends of boxing, back in 1988, Mike Tyson fought Larry Holmes for the heavyweight championship of the world. And guess what, guys? Mike Tyson knocked him out, and I happened to be the referee that night. It was an easy knockout win for Mike Tyson, putting away Larry Holmes. And, you know, Larry Holmes was up in age, but he could still box. He still had that great jab. It was popping that great jab in Mike Tyson's face a couple of times, and a couple of right hands, the jab, the right hands. But Mike Tyson, as quick as he was, always had a head movement, constantly moving that head. He would get down, and under Larry Holmes was so tall, Mike would get down, squat down, and bob and weave, and come up with the left foot and the right hand, and had Holmes in some serious trouble there in the fourth round, and ended up putting away Larry Holmes with a devastating right hand, left hook. Boom. Tyson was again one of the outstanding heavyweights of his era. And you know what? A lot of people think that Mike Tyson was probably one of the greatest fighters of all times. Well, his name will definitely be up there with some of the greatest of all times. But you remember, you had Joe Louis, you had Rocky Marciano, you had some of the great ones out there, and Mike Tyson will definitely be up there among the greatest heavyweights of all time. With that said, guys, take care. See you next week.